let's get a good camera angle of the start, which is what we're not going to get. Don't know why I'm getting the camera angle at the back when I'm on dodging Neelix, but that is what it is. I'll need to just jump on board with Hypers for P3 the new just until it happens. We're getting the 5 lights, and we're getting the 5 lights. We're getting the camera angle now. We've got the 5 lights on. Dodgy on the left. Neelix on the right, Steve-O with the jump step for the back, and it's lights out and away we go as they all get a bit twitchy off the start, and Dodgy's already losing places to Neelix as he goes round the outside. Hypers is trying to challenge him round the outside of turn 1 up the hill as we see Crafty sliding down the order as Demons gets up into P4 as they're all starting to just train up the hill, and it's going to be Crafty in P5, Cowan up a place, Grumpy onto a place, Paul's went backwards on the start, Scott's up a place as well, Scott Laney's up 2, Charlie's into P10, into the top 10 there as well as they all start to filter through the first sector as the timing sheets update themselves. And Scott Lane, that's no Scott Lane, that's Steve-O with the penalty, and that's the drive through for the jump start. And anything else you're seeing at the back, Mercs? Because I'm trying to filter through the mid-pack.
I'm having a look at the slow hairpin. So the yellow flag as everyone's going slow. Lofty had a poor start, well, kind of a poor start. Gareth, not great. Flying Lemon had a pretty decent start by the looks of it, but not really much damage going on apart from Steve-O getting a jump start. I think there might be a few bits of damage going off. There's Scott and Dead Paul going at it, as Scott's got ahead of Paul by the looks of it. Don't know which way around that went, but yeah, not a lot going on at the moment. What is going on with? Oh no, that was just me. I thought someone was around there. Yeah, the time screen's a bit weird, but hopefully they'll update once you cross the line.
And looking at the start again, Mercs, it just looked to me at the front, Dodgy just was kind of bogging down and wheel spinning, and Neelix just got a much cleaner launch off his grid slot. Hypers was looking to challenge on the outside of turn 1 as well. Crafty Afo honestly overshot the brakes and was going to go down the escape road, but luckily enough keeps it just in P5. He has lost a place though to Demons. Paul's went backwards.
What are you doing?
Paul's went backwards on 4, but there's contact on turn 1, and that's Scott Laney.
No, Jinx Laney completely there, yes, of course.
And I think he's got damage on the front
left. Yeah, he has. He's just getting out of the way of everyone. Steve-O stayed out, but he's got big damage. Lofty's in, so he's obviously picked up damage. Yeah, not much else going on. I think it's going to be survival of the fittest for this whole race. It's going to be a long one, so you got to keep concentration. It's very hard to keep concentration around a track like this, but if you can, then you reap the rewards of that. But yeah, it's a long way to go.
Oh.
And
I was on board with Russell because that was the closest battle on track with Baggy Fans right on the back of a Flying Lemon, who's up 6 places for P20 to P14, and he's going to have Baggy Fan for close companies. Both of them nearly overshoot the chicane on the exit of the tunnel, and Baggy Fan's going to have Gareth
Demons is slow
right on his rear wing. Demons is going to have Crafty, and this is for P4 as Neelix goes fastest again, 27.6. And Crafty's so much later on the brakes, and he nearly does hit the wee curb that splits the track for the Armco, and I think he's maybe just got away with no damage there, but he's definitely hunting down the Haas. As I've got to jump back on board with Russell as he's underneath on Steve's retired in the pits, so that drive through penalty. And Scott Laney's in to get some down on that front wing. But I'm on board with Russell, Mercs, as he's right underneath the rear wing of Colden as he's getting out of shape on the exit of the casino turn 3. And like Russell looking that bit more confident than Colden for what I'm seeing, but every time he gets close enough, there's just that wee old twitch that really unsettles his car. And there's yellow flags.
Hypers has spun. He's hit the inside wall down at the Novell chicane. And picked up a 3-second time penalty for his troubles. What's he doing on? Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, he's hit the inside wall by the looks of it. And somehow people got past him. But yeah, that's not gone well for him. And well, it gives a free position to Demons at Jester, and he's going to have to try and knuckle down and reset. But that's an early mistake from one of the Renault drivers.
Definitely. It's. I mean, I feel like you don't really want to make mistakes really early on or at all. But really early on, you don't want to make any mistakes if you can afford it. You don't want to be pitting early and putting yourself at a compromise. But everybody relatively stable. Everything's still kind of gone in the straight and narrow for most drivers. We've unfortunately lost Steve-O. He retired in the pits due to I think he just got the drive through, and I don't know if he got any damage on top of that. So I don't know if it was just like a double whammy there. Yellow flags at the chicane for Scott Laney.
Oh,
And there's a safety car. That's a full safety
crash.
car.
Ooh.
And
He's got a 0 front wing. It's the front nose cone, so he has to be careful on his way back to the pits. He's probably going to get lapped. He's the Red Bull man.
and Scott Laney will be kind of immediately on the back foot as he is going to come into the pits. They'll still need to follow a Delta though, so he could maybe get out.
No, he's not going to get out.
Are you sure?
Not a chance.
He's going to get wing repairs, isn't he? Aye, so Scott Laney will be lapped, and his race is kind of gone from bad to worse for the Red Bull driver.
It was almost one of those where he was probably better off just coasting around with no front wing so that he didn't get lapped. I don't think anyone would have blamed him if he tried that. But yeah, full safety car. And Scott Laney is going to come out. So he's got the pit lane exit line. And he's got a 3-second time penalty for his troubles for cutting the corner after that. But he's come out as hype as his pit as well. For an early stop. He's come out. Where's Scott Laney come out? Behind Jester by the looks of it. Yeah, behind Jester and ahead of Cowan. So he's got 4 drivers.
And this is at tail. So Scott Laney is just going to have to. He's just going to have to put it aside, isn't he? Like, no question about that. He's going to just have to let everybody go, and then try and unlap himself again. As we've got Baggy Fan and Sprightly in the pits at the back of the field, we've got Lofty splitting the pit. As Baggy Fan is just going to beat him out there, as I can see on the mini map, and as you can see it tail on the right hand side of the screen. And so we are under the first caution. It's Neelix for Dodgy UK Demons, your top 3, Crafty, Cowan rounding out your top 5. It is lap 5 of 39. It's been a very tentative start, and I feel like that's just going to be the recurring theme of the race, considering the skies are grey and the track is wet. So it will just be a matter of driving with extreme caution. Caution will win this race, I feel. And I don't think the Jeff tends to say no heroics into San Devota. I think that's really going to apply to don't be a hero, really. You don't always need to be the hero. As some folks say, you just need to keep it clean and keep it on the track and keep it facing the right way.
Easier said than done, though. But yeah, Scott Laney, I've already jinxed my fellow Red Bull driver, so I will not do that again for the whole season.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Jester and Neelix to bin it at some point. But yeah, Flying Lemon is into the pits. As he's coming back up to the safety car, but he's decided to pit. So maybe he's made a mistake. But yeah, Scott Laney's going to have to just dart out of the way once he crosses the start-finish line. Which is a shame for him, but just the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. And yeah, he's going to probably stay in P19. So,
see, looking at that start, is there anybody to you that you saw that stood out in these first laps?
I mean, I thought, like you did, I thought Jester was heading to the scene of an accident down at turn 1, but he managed to somehow keep it out of the wall. But yeah, it's only really the start wasn't that as bad as I thought it was going to be. Hypers is one that's kind of had a bad start, you'd say, but he obviously had his spin and then he's pitted already, but he's probably going to have to stop again. You would have thought. Going to struggle to get those tyres all the way to the end. I mean, it's possible, but it'll be very slow. If he even tried that, he'd have to go very slow, so the tyres are going to wear too much on the intermediates. So he's going to have to go for another stop. So yeah, there's not really many people who stand out really. Obviously, Neelix got ahead of Dodgy. So I guess that's the only really standout thing that happened.
Definitely, it's been, other than slight glimpses here and there, it has been a very careful start by the drivers. I'm looking at position changes to see like who's really gained and who's really lost out, and like the big one that will kind of come to mind there will be Hyper's doing 10 places. But if you're looking in the more positive notes, you're looking at Maxwell's up 3, Colden's up 3, Russell's up 4, Gareth's up 4, sorry. Like, quite a few big gainers off that start. Maxwell's had the P9 up in P6. Russell P16 up to P12 will be as carrying a penalty, but I feel like penalties will be very thick and fast in Monaco, because it is very easy to just cut the Nouvelle chicane, or cut turn 1, or cut the hairpin even. Like, surprisingly, like the hairpin's quite an easy corner to cut, if you can believe that. I don't know if that's maybe just a matter of opinion or no, but
the hairpin.
Aye, when you mount the curb, like it tends to give you a
I don't know what line you're taking.
I'm just like, move out the way, pedestrians. This is my line. Just take the curb. But they shut the track off for a reason. But anyway, enough about my dodgy lines. We're going to get ourselves back under racing as Neelix does become the de facto safety car, and it's going to be Lofty who's going to have to maybe kind of finish 9th gear if he's want to try and get to the back of this train. I think he'll probably just be a wee bit behind. So,
he'll avoid the carnage.
Let's see
if Renault's slow.
If there's any carnage to be avoided. The top 3 are already away. Crafty's been caught napping. Is the top 3 break free? Is it's Neelix, Dodgy, Demons, top 3. Crafty kind of left on his end, as well as Scott Laney. He has been lapped. Oh, like big gaps already. As UK Demons is right underneath the rear wing of Dodgy on the incline up to Massenet and Casino Square. And Demons picking up penalty for his troubles there as the racing goes back underway, and the spray is very thick in front of me. I can barely see Dodgy. All I can see is the wee blinker. And they slow the car down for Mirabeau as Neelix is into the hairpin. And the top 3 have already built a 3.2 second gap, Mercs.
Yeah, well, it's so slow. It's like I'm actually watching slow-mo racing at the moment. There's Grumpy Orange is just revving out the gear. He's gonna have like gearbox failure at this point. I don't even know what. It feels like I'm watching slow-mo racing.
Oh, it's
Scott Laney's getting out of the way.
It's Scott Laney. Oh, it's just Scott Laney going really slow. I thought there was somebody crashing the tunnel, and I was like, oh, come on. But Scott Laney's just going really slow. He's really
Baggy's in the wall. He's kind of getting out of the wrong place, out of the way of the wrong place, but he's fully lapped by everyone now, and he is out of everyone's way. Yeah, I think Grumpy Orange had a bit of a gear glitch on my screen, so that's probably why it looked like he was just completely revving out everything. But yeah, Neelix is comfortable at the moment.
Looking quite steady at the front. There's a 1 second gap to Dodgy, and Demons is right behind as well, so Demons and Dodgy only really giving Neelix much room for comfort as Baggy Fan does dive back into the pits as the 2 racing points just drive through Anthony Noggs up to the line. Sprightly right behind his teammate as well. And looking at the mid pack, we've got Russell once again clipping at the heels of Colton, so Mercedes versus Ferrari. And Russell letting the car roll around the outside. It's not quite enough, but both of them slowly catching on Charlie, who's kind of dropping off with Paul in front. So I think Russell's kind of pushing Colden along, and they're kind of pushing us into Charlie.
Sprightly has been in the wall, and Lofty got past him. It's not good for the racing point driver. Jester is slowly catching up to the back of Demons, but it's going to take some time. Yeah, I mean, obviously the intermediates. Well, he was good on the intermediates in the quali when they had him. Was Jester, but he doesn't really have the outright pace at the moment. So it's interesting to see, but Lofty is gaining again on the other racing point. I think Lofty does have damage of his own as well.
Oh, and
so it's not really helpful.
and talk about damage, Russell's just slapped the wall on the outside of Tabak as I was on board with Hypers, because Hypers was right behind Russell, and he still is. He's still waiting to see his opportunity and see if it's there. Russell just kind of, he's just dead into the pits, so that's going to give Hypers a wee bit more clear air. As the top three are starting to become a bit more split, it's not like they're really trying to keep themselves in the DRS window or anything, especially
Just
in these treacherous conditions, but Crafty's
Just it is catching, yeah.
Crafty's slowly kind of closing the gap. 3.1 now, the gap between himself and UK Demons. So Crafty's got a bit of clear air to play with, as does Cowan, who's kind of running a solid race in P5, Mercs. Kind of underrated for him, if I'm being completely truthful.
Yeah. There's a big train. There's a yellow flag on the straight. Not sure what for, but nothing.
And I've absolutely no idea why, because it was just for Sprightly coming out the pit lane, but it looks to be nothing doing there. Looking at Hypers,
there's a train.
Hypers is right on the back of
Cowan.
Hypers is right on the back of Colden. Sorry, Max. He was going to try and go down the outside into the chicane. I was like, oh, he was closing, but the gap eventually closed itself, and Hypers just wasn't really alongside enough to kind of make any surmountable challenge. But Hypers with Colden looks to be the kind of creme de la creme. The now is the yellow flags in the tunnel. Looks to be for Russell just letting his teammate go. So while the Ferrari boys were tripping over each other's heels, they're playing the team game now. But Hypers is right on the back of Colden.
Dodgy is very close as well.
Alright, I'll jump onto that one too. Let's see. Dodgy right on the back of Neelix, and this is for the lead of the race. Is Neelix?
Here comes Jester as well to join the party. So Neelix slowing down has helped Jester catch up, and it's a four-way scrap. They're literally nose to tail. It's like F1 car centipede at the moment between those guys. But yeah, I mean, the Demon said he didn't have the pace. I mean, was he just lying or lying at this point?
Was he just
lying? Clearly there.
Was he just lying or lying? But look at them all there as they all go through the Nouvelle chicane. It's a wee snake. It's a Mercedes, Alpha, Haas, and Renault. And Neelix, I don't know if it's just Neelix hasn't really... I don't know if it's just Neelix, maybe just no feeling the same kind of confidence, or the other three of just fun confidence they're in.
My word. Dodgy almost lost it. Well held. Coming out of the second part of the swimming pool section. It was opposite lock. But yeah, there's really a couple of battles as Colden gets a time penalty through the swimming pool chicane. There's kind of two separate battles. There's a battle for first and a battle for P5 going all the way down to Lofty and P15.
Definitely.
Anybody could really get that at the end of the day.
And that's the thing as well, Mercs. Like any slight simple mistake for any of these drivers just shows you how much you can really lose in these conditions, and especially if you're going to have to make trips through the pit lane. It's not going to make your life any easier. As I thought Dodgy did just hit the back of Neelix, but I don't think he did. It looked really close though. They're all just getting close.
Demons has got damage.
Oh, Demons has got damage.
This train.
Oh, front right.
I'm on the rear. Yeah, I'm on the rear view of that camera angle we're going on about. And on the back of Dodgy, and Demons does have damage to his front right. But there's still a train, and it's just a classic Monaco at the moment where you just can't overtake, and Jester has dropped off a little bit, but at the end of the day, he's going to have to...
Oh, it's a VSC. Don't know who for though.
Okay, that was random.
But we'll take this time to go and see what's happening in the midfield. There's the big train there. The top four, Zydrad's also kept us updated in the chat saying that Neelix is damaged as well. I did have a look. Demons comes in.
Demons is in.
This is probably a prime time for him anyway to try and...
Especially to get that wing changed as well.
To service the wing. Zydrad says
train
Neelix
he's going to
damage.
come out in though.
I think he...
Neelix is damage.
Neelix.
Is it visible damage?
I couldn't see any, but it might be that very like lime, greeny, yellowy one.
We'll keep an eye on Demons. I think he's going to come out
he might
ahead of this Williams.
No, he might just come out behind Hypers. He's just out. He's just out. He might be
In front of
Gareth.
this Williams, is he? Oh my word, it's going to be close.
Why can't he change?
He's just behind. Just behind.
That's crucial. That was so close. But we're on their way. We're on racing again. I'm on board with a flying lemon. Is they're all Owen's asking who caused the safety car, and I was like, I've honestly no bit of Scooby Doo, so just came out. It'll be interesting now to see the tyres. Now that we've seen some pit stops, we've seen Demons in. Hypers has come in for some fresher tyres, although he's only 4 laps. Fresher, Baggy Fan, Russell, Sprightly, they've all pitted. Colden and Scott just pitted there under the VSC as well. So this could be a master stroke for some of these drivers, because this can have them in fresh rubber with a wee bit of clean air, depending where you're on the track. Like if you're Scott or Colden, you could probably benefit from a bit of clean air. And Neelix is going to have Dodgy for company as well. So
just thinking that Demons is probably going to struggle to get back up to where he was with that early pit stop. There's a yellow flag as Russell has retired from the session. Get on board with Sprightly quickly. Oh no, not on board with Sprightly, but he's crashed somewhere.
Oh, on the exit porty into the tunnel, I see him. Yellow flag quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly cleared.
Nothing for that though, but we get a VSC for nothing, and Russell crashes and we get absolutely nothing. So this game doesn't decide what it wants. Hyper's right in the back of Charlie, by the way.
Right on the back of who? Sorry?
Charlie.
And we'll see what Hypers can do if he can get close enough to Charlie. But this is the kind of hang test. This is the retrain that we were talking about earlier. Grumpy Orange and P6 has got Paul, Charlie, Hypers and Gareth's just 2 seconds there. You can see them just kind of filtering through the screen there. And the gaps might not be very nip and tuck. They might not be a few tenths of a second, but they are still there in a train. And again, same thing applies. Any simple mistake can mean that you lose it on a lot of places. As we see Sprightly into the pits once again. And Hyper's just closing in on this pack once again. Dodgy right on the back of Neelix. Crafty's keeping them both on check. And that's the kind of thing too, like, maybe that's kind of what Side Drive was saying. I'm going to try and jump on board with Neelix. If they've said it's damage, it'll probably be light green.
But there's
there's
no visible damage. As Dodgy almost puts it in the wall himself. Yeah, Dodgy is definitely pushing him, but it's just a case of they're probably going to have to try and extend. They're going to have to pit soon because their tyres are probably struggling. The Hypers has got past Charlie down into turn 1, before that even. But yeah, it's tough for Neelix, but it depends where they're going to come out because they're 11 seconds more than that. These guys probably about 12 seconds ahead of Cowan, but that means they're going to come out in that train. So it will be interesting to see where Demons does come out once these guys all pit. So,
see if you're talking about trains, right? And see if you're... I'm thinking it in the situation if Dodgy gets a bit of a shape there on the exit of the Nouvelle Chicane. But if you're talking about strategy, Mercs, like an intermediates, like how different is it to... Like the dry it was going to be soft to hards or soft to mediums or whatever. Like, but that's not going to apply here, obviously, because it's wet. So, when is the kind of the strategy pit window really? Like, when is it? Like, is it like the halfway mark? Do you come in early?
Yeah, probably.
Do you come in early?
Because obviously, could do, but then again, if you like I say, if you come in early, you got that train to cope with. Cowan has dropped Maxwell a bit, so. That's helpful. Maxwell may have got damage. I'll have a quick look. Just to check if that's the reason why he's dropped off. He comes through. He hasn't got damage, so maybe unless he's got like lime green, like we said before. But yeah, maybe he's just dropped off the pace a touch as Grumpy Orange is going to push him all the way up the hill.
Maxwell with a big twitch there. Big twitch on the incline up to Massenet, and the Grumpy Orange nearly turned in early.
Invite Sprightly back to the game.
We'll try and get him back in, but it's Maxwell that's leading this train now. I think he must have maybe just made a mistake, Mercs, because he's I can't see any damage on that McLaren. So he is leading this train for P5 as Cowan's just there in the shot there. You can see him just getting into the tunnel there. And it's a VSC again, and it's Scott Laney. He's went down the escape road.
VSC. Probably for that.
For that, he's
DNF'd.
He's Nico Rosberg. That he's went down to that. He's went down the escape road into Mirabel. Oh, he's like, you seen that GIF of Austin Powers when he's trying to like do the 3-point turn in the hallway. It looks like that. Like it's just.
Did he just like do that on purpose or?
I wasn't on board. I couldn't see. I don't know how you get the
face to crash on your own.
I don't know how he's managed that, but I have absolutely no idea how he's managed that. But that is the end of his race anyway. So the VSC restart will be quite crucial for the front three because they're all very nip and tuck, and Maxwell's in the pit, so there might maybe be some lime green damage there. Same again. Colden,
oh no, Colden.
There's a drive through. It's so easy. Just like the deltas are so inconsistent. So very.
Hypers. Oh, what? Oh, Hypers is going slow. Gareth and Grumpy Orange have switched places. Oh, there's a side-by-side action here, Riggs.
Oh, I'm on board.
And Hypers and Charlie. And Charlie's got damaged, and Hypers is obviously made a mistake out of turn 1 and lost a couple of positions. Due to his bad run, has sprightly left the session again, so I'll quickly get him back in. Hand over to you.
But as you were saying, I'm on board with Hypers as he's filling his cell on board the Paul train. This is for P5, and the top 3 once again just going to run their own race at the front. Cowan running his own race, building the gap, so Cowan got the bit of clear air, and I think he's kind of seen this as his prime opportunity just to kind of charge and go and put some decent lap times in. He's got a 7.7 second gap to Paul, who looks to be holding this train up a wee bit, Max, for what I'm seeing.
Oh, Flying Lemon and Grumpy Orange swap places.
And that's into the chicane. Grumpy Orange has got damage. You can see on the front left. Front left on him.
That's big damage.
Oh, and he's maybe just balanced it there with the front right. He's maybe just balanced
keep an
that
eye on him. But yeah, his gears are glitching out all over the place, and he's coasting now back to the pit lane, which is wise. And Maxwell's going to come up to him, and hopefully he gets out of the way of Maxwell. So he's on he's going for the undercut. Is the McLaren driver? So this is going to be interesting. Got a bit of time ahead of him as well.
And this is the kind of thing too. Maxwell's. You notice on the bottom right of your screen where the throttle inputs, the ERS, battery percentages, and the fuel light is. Maxwell's running with lower fuel, so he's going to have to do some fuel saving at some point in this race anyway. Like, would you?
You probably do full saving everywhere around the track, to be honest.
Would you you could probably run lean everywhere, really, especially in these conditions. They are quite treacherous, to say the least, as the intervals just completely disappear from my screen, so I'm kind of left to guess where everybody is and how far away they are. But
oh, Hypers is close.
Oh,
he had to back out of the throttle, and he's not gone for the move there, but he's trying to make up for his mistake. I don't think there's going to be a movement. Look at this spray. Surely not.
Oh, Charlie shut the door anyway. He was like, I don't care if you make the move or no, I'm turning at this point, and that's what he did. Hypers was
just as in.
Right, so Crafty's gone for the undercut. This has to be perfection, though. He has to beat this pack.
Where's he going to come out?
He has to beat.
He's coming down. He's going to. Red Bull's in as well, so that's going to help him. He's going to have to beat this AlphaTauri out. Going to have to.
He's out. No, he's not. He's going to be behind him.
No, he's not. Oh, no. He's going to beat the Williams. I think he's going to beat. He might just about beat the Williams.
He just slots in. But I don't know how much here. Oh, I think that's maybe a step back in the.
It's going to be a hindrance to just, yeah. Needed to beat them out. He probably needs to go a couple of laps longer. Or hope these guys pitted, but they didn't. Deadpool comes out in P10 just ahead of a Flying Lemon, and UK Deems is pit again, and his teammate is going to be right behind him. Oh, there's contact. That sounds of it. Between Charlie and Hypers.
See if you're Hypers, do you try and maybe let your teammate go into the tunnel if he's close enough? Because he's on much fresher rubber. He's in contention for the win. Hypers runs really wide through the tunnel.
Oh, no, it's not damage somehow. Jester's definitely losing time here.
And this is the kind of thing to Dodgy and Neelix without a doubt will probably come in. Dodgy's coming in, Neelix stays out. They're splitting
That's going to be interesting. Interesting to see whether Charlie comes in. Piper's, I think, will come in considering his teammate just pitted, so it makes sense for them to pit one lap after. Piper's already has pitted though. Having said that, they're both in. So Dodgy should resume in P3 as Cowan overtakes him, but he has to pit.
Oh!
Here comes Jester. Yeah, that's cost him definitely.
That could have been...
Kind of status quo at the moment.
That could have been P2 there. I think Crafty was quick. Like, Crafty's been quick all through qualifying in these conditions. Like, it was monsoon at the start, fastest by like 2 seconds. Came to Q2, where it was intermediates going on to dries. He was the quickest again. And then in the dries, unfortunately made the mistake at the Casino Square. And the clear air looks to be solid.
Flying.
And
Pipers has lost a position on the pit exit to Flying Lemon, who's got in between.
And Dodgy spun! Dodgy spun Max on the exit of Portier. No. On the exit of Portier, Dodgy's probably just ran a bit wide and lit it up on the curb.
He's driving to the wall.
And Dodgy has put it into the wall and he's definitely got damage, so that's a lifeline for
This
Neelix.
is going to put Maxwell up into a podium place. I think he's going to get the undercut on Cowan. As the top 2 are the only ones who haven't stopped yet. And that's such a shame for Dodgy as he was pushing. He was pushing hard to get the undercut on Neelix, but he was keeping Neelix honest, I should say. As Cowan does pit as well. It'd be interesting to see. I think Jester might do this, you know.
Oh, and he does! Oh, he's 10 the lead! Crafty's in the lead. Neelix probably with the wing repairs means he has to settle for
Keep all
P2.
your fingers crossed. SLR Jester with 19 laps to go is in the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix. Could he? Oh my god, I don't want to jinx it, but my word, Neelix is going to have to go and hunt him down and put him under serious pressure.
And Hypers is up the inside of Flying Lemon into turn 1. Lemon does kind of push him onto the curb as they go side by side up the hill, and Lemon's getting on the squeeze!
Oh my word.
Getting on the squeeze up the hill in these intermediate conditions. Oh, and he's hit him! He's hit the back of him!
Oh my word.
Oh dearie
What's going on? This is kind of pinball at the moment. Pinball wizard.
And he's just hitting him again. Lemon.
Oh my.
Hyper's races just well and truly kind of, he's getting AM plates and you can just see how much that's going to coast him through these slow corners. Flying Lemon I think's the same, and I think it's just a complete misjudgment in the speeds, and it was very just close to the wall stuff, like up the hill, and he's just hit the wall again.
Oh.
He's got absolute 0 wing left. He's just got the under tray in the wing.
Oh, he's gone deep.
Both of them have went deep there. They've kind of just folded each other. He's just kind of folded them in sympathy there. UK Demon's really kind of the massive, like, kind of massive loser in this. His Hypers is just going to hit the wall again, and it's every wall he's just he's just leaving his mark. And his race is well and truly gone in the Monaco rain. And
it's a shame.
It's really just kind of threw everything to seed, really.
I am I just got very nervous now that Jester is in the lead, and he's a comfortable lead as well. Oh my words. I mean, are you ever going to get a better opportunity to win your first race? This is going to be nervy. Oh, it's nervy for me, because I just want him to win, but you know, you just got to take it easy. Easy like a Sunday morning.
And
that's all he has to do.
I'm on board with Paul. Paul took the curb at the hairpin, so I'm not the only one that takes that line. So he was well and truly mounting that pavement to help himself run the hairpin there. But this is the kind of thing now as well, Max. Like I'm looking at the tyre. The tyre selection and also the tyre wear and such as yellow flags are out at the third sector.
Don't be Jester.
It looks to be
against the Mercedes.
It looks to be for a Mercedes.
I think it's Golden. Oh my god, this is
kind of in it. Like, I think everybody's potentially on to the end. Maybe
Yeah,
Scott
they're
on
gonna
9
struggle.
laps is a push. Maybe a push.
Going to struggle, but I reckon he's going to try to the end.
Like that's the kind of thing. This is on genuine merit. As Colden does just go so to let his teammate go, but this is on genuine merit. Scott, so he doesn't need to move it the way for anybody. This is a genuine P4 for him, and he just needs to keep Gareth and Paul and Charlie at bay because they'll be clipped at the heels without a doubt. And they're much fresher inters. They'll be wanting to clear air. They can probably build the gap should they get past, but getting up close is one thing, but overtaking is quite the other. As we're on board with Paul again through the hairpin.
Lofty in, and so is Baggy. Yeah, Scott is going to, well, he's definitely not used to seeing him up here. But, you know, he's got his way, he's managed to pit at the right time, he's going to struggle. But, you know, he's just got to keep it all pointing. And he's only 2 seconds off Maxwell in P3. So the podium fight is still on. I mean, I don't know if Neelix is just... Oh, as I say that, Scott's in the wall.
Oh, just slid the water exit at the back.
Yeah, unfortunately he's got no end plates now. So he's definitely going to struggle. Here's Scott. He's putting up a staunch defence, but he's going to pull in the pits. It's Colden retires in the pits as well.
Oh, and Colden retired in the pit lane. And that's a Mercedes, a Red Bull, a Ferrari and a McLaren all retiring for this race in some capacity.
Oh, Lofty on softs.
And Lofty's... Are you seeing that right?
Yes, he's on the softs. Summoner's noticed that as well.
I don't think it's quite ready. As you can see that he is just struggling. Yellow flags, that's just for Baggy getting out of the way. The race leader, Crafty, is on his way, so Lofty will probably need to be...
I have no idea what Lofty is doing.
He'll need to be wary because Crafty's just coming in to back the new. And I don't know if this was maybe just a mistake on his end. Hopefully
I
it
hope he
is.
just comes in.
Does he come in?
Please. Oh, Lofty, what are you doing, son?
He's going to have to watch because Crafty's
Oh,
right
if
there.
he crashes, he's going to crash. I'm going to see it happening.
I've just got bad vibes.
Please get out of the way.
I've got bad
Please
vibes.
get out
Bad
of the way.
vibes. He's right there.
They're throwing oh my god, just get out of the
Let
way.
him go.
Oh
Bad
my
vibes.
Oh dear. It's like they're trying to throw everything at Crafty to see, oh, let's chuck a lap car away on softs to see if you fall at this hurdle.
Exactly.
I mean, he's absolutely sprinted clear. Neelix has got damage. They said the Mercedes boys, Zydrad and Panther, have said that he has got damage. I might have got more damage even.
Oh, and does Maxwell have damage or has he just made a mistake
He's got
again?
visible damage, yeah. He's got... Oh, he has. No, he hasn't got damage. I think he's just made a mistake. Neelix has got an end plate missing. So Crafty is almost a pit stop clear. Or, well, not almost, but is going on to be a pit stop clear come another few laps. But yeah, Maxwell has now got a nice train behind him. The train that was starting with Scott is now Maxwell's dropped back and is starting that train. And well, if you look at it, Riggs, we've got 8 different constructors in the top 8. So there you go. That's a nice one.
So we do. I was just kind of... I was doing a few takes. I'm just like looking through everybody like Jester, Neelix, Maxwell, Gareth, Paul, Charlie, Cow and Demons. I was sitting just kind of hinking at them all and I was like, shit about that. But you're absolutely bang on the money there, and they're all tucking up behind Maxwell looking for a wee opening to see if they can take the final podium place. Neelix just running his own race 15 seconds down the road for Crafty, who is your race leader here on lap 26 of 39. We're 2/3 of the way through, just another to go in these conditions. And looking at the time, it is literally 5 to 11 in the UK. It's 5 to whatever it is in your designated country or country of home or whatever. But it has been a long race. It's been a shift. And and we're only 2
Scott
points
back
away.
in the top 10. Only, and Jester is sprinting clear, with Neelix is struggling, as you can tell, because Maxwell, little by little, is actually closing in on the Mercedes driver. Maxwell is not desperately driving as fast as himself, but I'm sure he's taking it cautiously now, because it's very tough to overtake. And it seems like Gareth, every time he gets close, just drops back little by little. So yeah, it's interesting. 8 seconds is the gap between Neelix and Maxwell. Obviously, Maxwell is a race winner before in similar kind of conditions. Obviously, it was a dry to wet that day. As Jester is asserting his dominance out front with a fastest lap. Slow down, Jester. You don't need to go that quick. I know it's good and all, but I mean, you can slow down now. And well, he's on for maximum points.
I was just on board with Hypers because I thought we were going to see a Hypers versus Flying Lemon again, but Hypers is... What I've noticed about Hypers, Mercs, is through that tunnel, he understeers on that small kink and he hits the wall on the outside. I've seen him doing that. I think that's the third time I've seen him doing that now. First time he got away with it. Second time I don't know if he did, and the third time he definitely didn't. Hyper's just really no helping, and he just hit the wall at Rascal's tail on the inside into the pits. He dives into the pits. But we'll jump back on board with this battle for the podium. Maxwell isn't he really losing time to Neelix? I think he's actually closing the gap down.
He is definitely closing the gap. It was 10 seconds at one point, and he's gained half a second just out of the hairpin, interestingly. So I'll go have a look at Neelix. Neelix is obviously struggling at big time. But he's got a right front, I think, the right end plate at the moment. It's kind of different areas where Maxwell is gaining and not. Obviously, you can see in the critical corners that Maxwell is gaining, but it's just whether Maxwell can be consistent. And obviously, he needs to just run it in lean for the foreseeable future. But it's all to play for.
Definitely, and that's the kind of thing too. I'm looking at everybody's telemetry, and Gareth's in the best possible place in this train as well because he's got all his ERS there. Maxwell, surprisingly, is the second, and he's just kind of using it to always build this wee gap on the straight. But Paul and Charlie are kind of like on the lower end of the battery.
Charlie's loving it in the wet.
Charlie loves the wet race.
I thought that was Jester for a second. It is a Ferrari. But a baggy fan. My heart went in my mouth then. Oh my word. Demons in. That makes it, now 7 constructors in the top 7 spots. Demons comes out in P11. His own behind a Flying Lemon. As that battle enrages, and it's 7.5 seconds to Neelix. I mean, even if Maxwell even caught up to Neelix, it's we're going to be impossible to pass.
Oh, yellows are at the end of the tunnel, and it's for Flying Lemon who's facing... Oh, it's Sprightly facing the wrong way. Sprightly's facing the opposite way on the exit of the tunnel. I thought
my word!
I've just seen his dot move. And he's going to have...
Paul. Charlie on Paul.
I've missed the move!
Oh my god, they're going side by side for a second there.
Oh, I missed it because I was watching Sprightly.
Yellow flag in Sector 2 still. Paul's got a penalty. He's got damage as Paul. I think he might have already had damage. But that's a shame for Paul. And Charlie is getting in amongst it. Maxwell's made a mistake. He's dropped off the back a bit of Neelix by about a second or so. So it seems that there are a few inconsistencies at the moment for Maxwell, but as long as he stays in the P3 spot, he will have the podium, but he's under serious pressure.
I'm definitely liking the look of Charlie at this point in the race, Max. Not going to lie, he's looking a lot more comfortable and confident. Might not have battery to his disposal, but he seems
the
to
confidence.
He seems to know where the grip is.
Yeah.
Like he's got the confidence in him to at least give Gareth and Maxwell a race here, and he was.
I just realised Gareth is up 14 places. Aside from Q1 elimination, and he's up 14.
Oh, and Maxwell's defending
my.
into the back. Into the back. I just seen it on the broadcast camera.
Oh, look, Charlie's there as well.
Right back into plane. They're going to have to be careful. It's so hard to see through there. And you need that's arguably like where you need your confidence to be the highest. Charlie's. The gap was there. The gap was there. You couldn't see it, wasn't it? And Charlie looking this way and that now, he's going to take any opportunity that presents itself. And
I thought for a second he was going to go for move of the century there. And he's going again, is he? He's got a good run, but I think Gareth has got the old ERS to his favour. Maxwell's dropping off the back now.
He's went really wide at Massenet. I don't know if he's got damage this time round. He went really wide on the exit of turn 2. I don't know if he's maybe clipped the wall on the outside.
He hasn't got an end plate missing. So unless he's got the damage like Neelix, well, actually Neelix has got end plate damage, but let's have a look at Jester. Yeah, he's doing alright. 10 laps to go, almost 9 laps to go once he crosses the line. As Vipers takes the fastest lap off him. I'm sure Jester will be really happy with that, but again, I wouldn't care if I didn't get fastest lap. At this point...
See, this is it, innit? Like, I've said that quite a lot this race, but that's it, right? Like, Crafty's, when he got that undercut, he's been set in stone. That's him. He's just done his own race. And Neelix as well, on his return, he's came back. But this is kind of where it's starting to heat up now, Mercs, and this is it as well. Like, the Alfa Romeo's only too far back either. Like, they can get involved.
No, Dodgy was down and out, really, at one point. And he's got ahead of his teammate. And he's back up into, well, contention for a podium. It's going to be very difficult, but yeah, you never know what could happen. And obviously for Maxwell's sake, he hopes that Gareth is not going to overtake him. Gareth is pushing him again. But it's just so hard to overtake, and there's just nowhere. Yellow flag. Sprightly is getting out of the way of Jester.
Oh, he's facing backwards. He's facing backwards.
What's he doing? How is he facing backwards there?
He must have clipped the wall in the exit of the chicane. That's the only...
he's going to get disqualified. He's getting... Oh my god, no, maybe not. Thank God for that. I thought he was going to get disqualified for a second.
Charlie's got a better exit this time, though, Mercs. He's no got the straight line speed. Gareth's got the battery. He's got the battery advantage, so he can easily just deploy it on the exit at Portier and defend that place. Charlie's going to have to try something out there. He's going to have to go very uncontextual with his overtaking. He's going to have to overtake him into Tabac or Raskas or something like he did just a couple of laps ago. He's going to have to just catch Gareth out somehow. He's not going to Portier. He might get it there as the game glitched for me. I thought he had an opportunity there, but the game had kind of basically flashed before my eyes and basically glitched, so to speak. But Gareth just uses it here. Gareth's got so much his battery at his disposal. He doesn't need to worry about Charlie. He just needs to deploy it out of the final corner, out of turn 1 and out of Portier, and he's fine. But here he comes. He's going to go for it. I've got a really dodgy throat. That sounded weird.
It's wide. Oh my word! I thought he was just.
And it's. Oh, and is Charlie going to go for it into Mirabel? He's not quite close enough, and that's what I'm saying. He needs to wait. Gareth's drifting wide, understeering wide.
Vipers has overtaken Grumpy Orange somewhere.
Oh, and Charlie.
Oh, that's wide.
Missing out the wall. But this is it. Like, I don't know if
it's dodgy.
Oh.
Vipers and Grumpy Orange having a ding dong by the looks of it. Don't know how much of that's.
Is Dodgy going to go late on the brakes on the inside? No, quite. And
a big string. Look how far ahead Jester is at the moment. Absolutely sprinting to the finish. Neelix is just trying to bring the car home at this point with the damage.
And there's still 7 laps of racing. And Maxwell's got 7 laps left to keep making that McLaren as wide as it possibly can go. And Gareth, once again, is going to just try it and he's going to... No, he's not... See, if you're Gareth, you would want to deploy your here, or up the hill here, into Masony, and this is kind of where you would make your move. But he's no... I don't know if Gareth's just waiting for the last possible moment to make the kill.
Oh,
Charlie's got a good run through there. This is what I'm saying. Charlie needs to take these opportunities by the... I was about to start swearing there, but by the throat. Like, he needs to go for it. He needs to... You see when Gareth does just drift wide, or he is that wee bit slower, this is when Charlie has to go like, I'm taking it. This is mine. And then he takes it. Because I think if he can get by Gareth, Maxwell's going to be he's going to be a lot easier to get by Maxwell than it is Gareth. As Charlie's just going to hit the wall in the way. Like,
too early there.
Like,
even Cowan is probably going to come along in a minute. These guys have penalties behind, so it's really... Well, Neelix has picked up a penalty, but Maxwell's not anywhere near Neelix at the moment. So yeah. Oh my word.
Gareth's going to go up, run there. Oh, Maxwell just kind of turned run there. Kind of turned right before he turned left. Tell Gareth, you're not going run there, son. That's not the move you're going to be making. Maxwell really putting up a stern fight, and it's...
Oh, he could have had a dive there. Oh my god, I thought he was going to have a little nose down on Raskas. He opened the door. There's still Cohen. Surely Gareth's going to have to go soon. This could end in tears at some point. I don't really want it to for Maxwell because he's had a dogged defence. But it just seems like it's crumbling ever so slowly, and it's whether there's any crumbs left for the defence come the checkered flag. And he's just going to try, but he can't. Charlie is just... I'd hate to be Gareth right now.
Aye, this is the kind of thing, like... Because I don't know if Gareth's just kind of waiting to the final lap or two before he makes the move on Maxwell, but if he leaves it too long, he'll be susceptible to a move for Charlie, and Charlie's looking really punchy. Like, behind him. Like...
Just as in.
Crafty's coming in. On lap 34. Wow. How old's his tyres?
Oh,
I just missed it. And Charlie's tapped the back of Gareth. And... I mean...
Oh!
That's Paul! That's Paul! Oh, that is Paul. He's going to have to watch. That's a racing point.
Oh,
he's going to have to watch. He's going to have to watch. He's going to have to be careful. Crafty does just make it out in front of... That looks to be Baggy at turn 1.
Baggy in the...
Aye, because Baggy's only one left.
Ferrari.
Aye, Baggy's only Ferrari left. Aye, Russell's retired, so...
As you do for Jester.
That just looked like standard stuff there. As we jump
Look how
back
much space he's got ahead of him as well. No lap cars, you think, to take this. A shame for Paul. I think he must have just had a poor run through the chicane and did what Sprightly did and just crashed. That's allowed Dodgy and Cowan up another position. Dodgy could come back from Dodgy. Obviously, he's going to be disappointed starting from the front. But from what it was, it's certainly a lot better. And this is going to swing the championship right into Jester's favour at the moment. And Owen says, can I give Maxwell one of those fan power boosts? I mean, this is defence of a champion at this point. This is a guy who wants that podium. It's been a while, and I think, ever since he stepped on the top of the podium, he hasn't been back on the podium. And I think the only person I think at the moment who'd be ruining that party is SLR Charlie.
Definitely, Charlie's here to ruffle some feathers and really rattle somebody's jimmies. And he's rattling mine, just watching him, because he's quite... It's the same with Maxwell, like, both of them, like all three of them. VSC, I just seen the track highlight, and I was like, oh no, we're going to be packed up and behind a safety car, but well, no, we're going to get the luck of the draw away. A VSC.
For what?
I've honestly got no clue.
This is the Red Bull, Dead Bull.
Paul's come out of the pits.
He's in the pits. He's going to be... I don't even know if he's going to get points here. We're underway again. Oh, he's going to get points because Hyper's got a drive-through.
Who's got a drive-through?
Hypers is in the pits anyway for a drive-through. I think Deadpool's going to come out ahead of... Oh no, he is. That's fine, because Hypers is on behind him. Yep. Hypers is doing a pit stop, so he's going to still have to drive through the next lap.
Do you think Crafty's just gone for fastest lap or just for fresh tyres?
I think he's on fast lap.
I'll ask you that in a quick moment, because Charlie's was right up
Go on,
behind
Charlie.
him there. Charlie was right up behind Gareth on the exit, but it isn't close enough for a move. It was the closest I've seen him on the exit of Portier. But
Look at this train.
that's what I'm. This is Gareth's ERS. This is his battery. He's got that purely to defend for Charlie, because he knows Charlie's going to be a threat to him in these final laps.
He needs to use it to attack though. At some point, I mean, here we go. Charlie have a run. Oh, he has a nose. Dodgy has a nose. Oh my word! I think Dodgy's going to be sniffing at the back of Charlie at this point. As Hypers picks up a penalty, and he's not had the greatest of closes to the race. Demons is right on the back of Scott, about for P8. But yeah, Maxwell still in P3, 3 laps to go. Nearly there for Crafty.
It really is. Every lap he's probably going to get on and just hope the checkered flag's going to be waving. He'll know it's no much longer. It's been a long race for everybody, drivers, commentators, viewers, the likes, the sorts. It's been one of SLR's longer races, as we are at 11:15 in the UK. But Demons is going to try and get on.
Flying Lemons crash down at turn 1.
Oh, and Demons Geese got a wee tap up the rear and kind of shuffles him out the way and takes the place. I'm a bit unorthodox, but Demons does get it done. But this is
I think Ghostin Maxwell may have damage. I think Seb said he does have damage to the front
right.
left, so this is going to make it even harder.
2 laps to
front
defend
left.
with damage. It's just been one of the races, really, isn't it? Like, it really, like, Maxwell has been quite phenomenal.
Oh,
and
my
he's
word.
I've seen that. That was
Charlie,
close.
yeah. Charlie hit the back of Gareth, and Dodgy hit the back of Charlie as a concertina effect. And then we'll break in yellow flag. There's someone getting. I think that's Neelix getting past Crafty's teammate to lap him.
And this is kind of like we've no saw Crafty, we've no saw Neelix. We've kind of just been focusing purely on this battle between Maxwell, Gareth, Charlie, and Dodgy. And like, honestly, who can blame us, really? This is the meat of the action right now. Like,
just as going for it again. I mean, he's miles clear. There's people getting their driver of the day votes in already, so continue to do that. As we're coming to the closing stages, as Jester is at Raskas at the moment, about to round the final corner. Anthony knows to start his final lap of the race, and he just needs to coast home. And that'll be his first ever win here in SLR in Division 3. Been a long time coming, and it's only, well, not that long to go, about a minute to go, really.
and what a place to get your first, though, at Monaco in the rain, with a decisive undercut strategy. As Charlie is still not to get alongside. Gareth ran wide.
Have a go. I
Raskas.
think my god. I think he needs to have a nose down at Raskas at this point. I mean, do or die stuff. But yeah. I mean, where's Jester these days? Down at Portier, on the exit of Portier. Just keep an eye on that.
Aye, definitely. Don't want to be missing him. When we see him coming, he's going to just be into the chicane. Now it is the single yellow dot on its own in the track map. Gareth right underneath the rear wing of Maxwell once again. No quite enough to get by.
Here comes Jester.
Oh, let me jump on board with him as we see him in the swimming pool for the final time. It's Raskas for the final time, and it'll be Anthony Nogues for the final time. 39 laps of the wet. Disney phase Jester with a decisive undercut strategy. Sees him take his first one in SLR here in Monaco as the checkered flag waves. Neelix just kind of a quiet race as on his own. I'm just going to quickly... Oh, that's dodgy. That's dodgy in the wall. That's dodgy on the exit of the chicane. That's
His
dodgy.
teammate right behind him.
But we'll quickly just jump on board with Neelix as he's going to be in P2
Marcus is round again.
at the chicane. And it's all just line. It's all just line astern again, Max. I think that's probably best for everybody technically. But it's Jester in P1, Neelix in P2.
Fine. Oh, there we go. Wowie.
Driver of the day, Max.
I'd have to go with Jester, to be honest. But Maxwell, I mean, Maxwell is defended brilliantly, and I have to say he deserves that podium because of that staunch defence. Battle of the Titans almost, thinking about it. But the smaller, less known Titans, but he's done the job. He's made it onto the podium. Gareth is probably kicking himself as he had plenty of chances. I mean, Charlie, another good race. Gareth would be a contender for driver of the day. But I'd have to give it to Jester because he has been a class of one since he took the lead. And he fully deserves the plaudits he is getting right now.
Definitely, I could probably get behind that vote as well. Gem says Gareth. Gareth is probably up there as a nomination, but it's Michael Schumacher driving for Renault. I don't know how that made his career, but it's Michael.
No wonder he won the race. Gosh, how long did it take?
The actual GOAT himself. But, I mean, I don't think the champagne will ever taste as sweet as the Monaco bottle. Getting your first one at Monaco. I'm trying to remember who actually did have their first one at Monaco, because a few drivers have had it in the past. But that is a trivia fact that escapes me.
I was going to say, you're probably going to have to put the party on joinable so that Maxwell can join, because he doesn't have a proper mic, so he was just joining his phone, I think.
That's fine. Let me do that now.
So before you run down the race results.
Right, that's it on joinable, so everybody can come in. We'll here for your top 3 when we can. But it is Crafty on the 2-stop, just as soon as he got a bit of clear air, the undercut strategy completely changed the face of his race, and he sees himself picking up his first win here in Monaco after a very long, very draining race for the drivers, I can assume. But Neelix on his return to Division 3, solid P2 drive, and a very quiet drive in the second stint there as well, as he was battling with Crafty and Dodgy in the first. Maxwell, very stern defensive driving, sees him keep the podium place. He had Gareth, Charlie and Dodgy Cowan all clipping at the heels, wanting to get a piece of that pie, but Maxwell was just making that car that bit wider and made it that bit harder. Looking at that, it's Gareth, Charlie, Dodgy, Cowan all in that battle, 4th through to 7th, Scott and P8. A strong drive for him in the Alpha Tauri. Demons, after starting P5, picked up some damage along the way, and penalties means that he finishes P9, and Paul rounds out your top 10 for Red Bull. And that's been it, troops. Monaco has been quite the thriller for Division 3, with the weather conditions making it that wee bit spicy, if you want to say that. It really has threw a completely different challenge to the drivers, and we are going to get to hear from them in a few moments' time. Please use this time to get your driver of the day votes in while we get them in. So you've still got some time, but I think there is a bit of a sweep.
It's resounding. That's fine.
Aye, it's a bit of a sweep. But have we got everybody here?
I think we've got everybody here, so I'll get us underway. Make sure you tick your box in the party chat. And we'll start off with the fellow Scotsman, Maxwell. I mean, I'm pretty sure when you started the race, you weren't expecting to be talking to us, but I mean, you must be happy with that. I mean, I'm gonna have to say, before you took us through your race, that was a brilliant defence of your podium place once you were there. Gareth gave you hassle the whole way. I mean, I don't even know how long that battle was, but it seemed like for an age. Just talk us through how that was and how it feels to be back on the podium.
How it feels is exhausting. I am absolutely panting after that. To give a reference that maybe the Scottish people maybe understand, I feel like I've just defended for 90 minutes at both Parkhead and Ibrox at the same time. It was hellacious, but as you say, no, never expected that from even qualifying. As I say, I was quite happy to get the Q1. Being frankly honest, we got a bit lucky. Q2 with just great communication, great teamwork. With Sam giving me every bit of advice I needed to get out at the right time. I felt like the first run was the right idea because it gave me the confidence of the track conditions to get me through. Q3, I know my pace in this league is probably 10th, 11th realistically. And then in the race, it was just a case of the usual, never get a penalty. That's one thing I'll always stick to. And try not to get damage, except from under a VSC. That was my bad. But again, just Sam brought me in at the right time. Just felt like I was under a bit of pressure and I needed a bit of clean air, which I got at that point. And then after that, it was just a case of seeing people pit and just fend for my life and do Yarno truly as proud as I could do. Honestly, I had to park that car.
The truly training foot effect.
It was definitely one of those. Original has given his congrats in the chat as well. I know you're good mates, so yeah, he was definitely cheering you on the full way through. So yeah, congrats on the podium, and well done on the defending. It was a staunch defence, to say the least.
Thanks, man. Appreciated. And well done to everybody else on the podium. Top races.
Yes. So we move on to our second place driver, SLR. It started in second, finished in second. That wasn't really the full story of your race. Obviously, you pitted latest of everyone, and then lost out to Jester, and then I think you had a bit of damage you were nursing towards the end anyway, so that let Jester sprint clear in the end. But I have to say, all in all, I think P2 is a good result. Maybe could have been more, but I guess you got to, I mean, with your first race back in Division 3, you got to leave with your head held high.
Yeah, I got no idea where that came from. To be honest with you, I came in the season thinking I'd be somewhere mid-pack. I do like Monaco, not in the wet. But yeah, I just seemed to find some pace from somewhere. I wish I had it a few weeks ago, but it's. I think it's probably just a one-off, to be honest with you. I can't see myself repeating that. But you know, new team, Mercedes, really happy with second. I've got to say the engineering was superb from Zydrad and Panther, and I'd like to give a shout out to Honey Badger as well, who was on the party with us. So yeah, good one for the Mucks today.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid drive. Obviously, it must have been difficult driving with damage, but I guess you're on your own for quite a while. So it's just a matter of nursing the car, and yeah, it's good to see you on the podium again, and look forward to maybe a few more good results. And it's going to be interesting to see all these fast drivers in Division 3 go at it, and I'm sure you'll have it up against you, but it's going to be enjoyable, as all Div 3 races seem to be. So well done, as Zydrad is loving the name drop in the chat. So well done, mate, on the P2.
No worries, cheers, guys.
So then, Jester, an hour, almost an hour long, but it is for the first time, at last, you can call yourself a race winner in SLR. It's been a while, but as someone has said, good things do happen to good people, and good things come to those who wait, and we have waited for a long, long time. I mean, it was comfortable in the end, and you could even do a cheeky pit stop. I have to say, it was, once you got that undercut nailed on, it was a class of one. I mean, just talk us through that race, because I remember you were almost in the wall at that one. So
yeah. I mean, from where? Yeah. Wow, I'm just a bit overwhelmed. Just like my phone hasn't stopped pinging as well since the race ended. So thanks to everybody for all the congratulations and all the messages. Yeah, I mean, from Q3, spinning out on the first attempt at quali, 10th. So to start in 4th, I was happy. Got a bad start off the line, obviously, in the wet. I mean, Monaco in the wet to get your first win must be, yeah, incredible. But yeah, somebody came up the inside of me. I think it was Demons in turn 1, and I thought, oh no, I'm going to crash out. And I managed to hold it, and then it was just trying to catch back up to Demons and Dodgy and Neelix and all in the front. And then everybody just seemed to drop away in front of me. And then I was stuck behind Dodgy and Neelix for a few laps. So I thought I'll come in, put on the tyres and see if I can get a bit of clear air. And then everybody just did it as well. Come around turn one to seen Neelix coming out of the pits and thought, I'll have this, just don't muck it up like last year. So yeah, very happy. Can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just great. I have to say,
you said that cheeky pit stop. I come in for the end. I nearly lost it in the tunnel. That lap. So that's why I come in. The engines were starting to go off. They were starting to spin. So I thought, no, just come in, put on the tires, and go again.
Yeah, I think. Well, you had the gap, so it made sense.
Yeah, it was a no-brainer. 100%.
Yeah, and well, I mean, once you got into the lead, I got very nervous for you because I knew that you hadn't won. So
I just kept thinking of last year at Monaco, the same thing, and every time a virtual safety car turned up, I thought, oh no, they're going to come back. But thankfully, I held on.
Yeah, I was just thinking, you know what, Felix, and it's very tough to overtake if he does catch up to you. Just drive and just don't be cautious. Well, I mean, it was.
Just tried to block it all out and just do lap by lap as if there was nothing there. Yeah, I mean, I was lucky because Dodgy would have been quick. I think if Dodgy hadn't spun out on that right before the tunnel, he would have gone in front obviously as well. So and there would have been no way past. But hey, I got it last year. Somebody else got it. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the stars aligned, you could say.
100%.
I mean,
loving it. I mean, thanks to everybody in Div 3 as well, just for all the support and the help, and just the year. It's been a great year, so thank you.
It is nice to hear. Very wholesome is the Div 3 community, and I have to say, from me, a massive congratulations, and I am chuffed for you. So
thank you very
much. Well done
guys.
On your win.
And well done as well to Felix and Maxwell, the podium.
Over to you, Riggs.
Hi, it's been quite the race, really, to be fair.
I've lost about 2 stone.
Again, drivers have definitely been put through their paces with the conditions, and with Monaco just being the challenge it is. Anyway, I mean, to be here at 11:30 still commentating, still kind of discussing with the drivers, still wrapping things up. I mean, I didn't think that would have been the case, but that's where we're at. But I've not seen any more votes for Driver of the Day come in, so it looks to be Crafty's Driver of the Day nomination as well as the first dub. So you're getting the sweep there in the chat and on the track as well. So I think
I didn't have the stream on tonight, so I haven't watched it at all. So maybe do that from now on.
Exactly. You might need to just zone me and Mix out until it's done. But honestly, it's been one of the races absolutely entertaining start to finish. And with Monaco no providing like overtaking or like any wheel-to-wheel racing or whatever, it still kind of brought its own entertainment and its own originality to it, and that's why it's got that charm and that kind of jewel in the crown kind of feel and everything. And it's the race everybody wants to win, but this season it's Crafty's crown, so and it's his first as well, so it makes it that wee bit sweeter as well. But I'll wrap it up there. Just want to extend my congratulations to the top three once again for the podium. Very strong drives for each and every one of these. And if you aren't quite done with Monaco, we're going to be here tomorrow for the elite race at 7 o'clock GMT, where you'll see Marco taking to the track. So he'll be out there having a wee drive in the Red Bull. So if you want to tune in for that, the commentators will take you through that at 7 o'clock tomorrow. But if you're just focused on Division 3, it'll be Baku this time next Saturday at 9 p.m. And that's Saturday the 6th of March. So that's your next race. So we'll see you then. And we hope that you enjoyed the stream because we did.